Lovers of Africa, another secret have been exposed. Just listen carefully what is going on here in Africa. The evil agendas of the enemies. Yes, when I talk of the enemies, you're supposed to know them. The Western imperial powers, the colonial masters, the way they used to manipulate our people here in Africa have been exposed. Just listen to this record right now. Listen carefully before I continue.
If you wanted to stop Africa from becoming a superpower, you wouldn't have to invent a new strategy. The blueprint has already been written, tested, and perfected over centuries. You'd start by making sure Africa never unites. The easiest way to do that is by keeping people divided along ethnic, tribal, and religious lines. If they ever start working together, remind them of past grievances. Stoke old wounds. Fund separatist movements. Keep border disputes unresolved. Make sure every time they take one step forward, they take 2 steps back because they're too busy fighting each other. You'd install leaders who serve foreign interests, not their people. Find the most corrupt, the most easily manipulated, the ones who crave wealth and status more than progress. Offer them power in exchange for loyalty. If a leader rises who actually cares about Africa, get rid of them. Assassinate them if necessary. But if that's too messy, just destabilize their government and back a coup. If they talk about nationalizing resources, make an example out of them. If they try to unite Africa, take them out before the idea spreads. You'd keep Africa economically weak by making sure it never industrializes. Let them export raw materials but never process them themselves. Control the mines, the oil fields, the rare earth minerals. Keep them selling cheap and buying expensive. If a country tries to break free and build its own industries, sabotage it. Place sanctions, destabilize its currency, fund local opposition, crash its economy. If that doesn't work, orchestrate a civil war. People can't build when they're too busy trying to survive. You'd make sure their education system produces workers, not innovators. Teach them history that glorifies their oppressors. Make them think their cultures are primitive. Their ancestors were savages. Their future depends on foreign approval. Train them to memorize, not to think critically. Keep their best and brightest looking overseas for opportunities. Make them dream of escaping Africa rather than fixing it. Offer scholarships that take their top minds to the West and never encourage them to return. Let the continent keep training doctors and engineers only for them to go enrich other nations. You'd control their narratives. Own their media, control their stories, dictate their image to the world. Make them believe they are corrupt, hopeless, eternally in crisis. Flood their screens with poverty porn and war zones. Show them charity ads that make them believe they are helpless without foreign aid. Downplay their successes. Twist their victories into isolated incidents. If an African country develops a groundbreaking innovation, credit a foreign investor. If an African leader implements a successful policy, frame it as an anomaly rather than proof of competence. You'd make sure they remain dependent. Drown them in debt. Offer loans with impossible conditions. Force them to privatize everything so foreign corporations own their water, their electricity, their land. When they struggle, give them just enough aid to keep them alive, but never enough to make them self-sufficient. Use charities to create a culture of reliance rather than resilience. Make them think foreign intervention is necessary, that they can't solve their own problems, that they always need help from the outside. You'd suppress their military strength. Keep their armies weak, their defense industries non-existent. Sell them weapons to fight each other, but never let them develop high-tech military technology. If a country tries to build a strong defense system, accuse them of being a threat to stability. Make sure they always need foreign peacekeepers, foreign military bases, foreign advisors controlling their security. Keep them vulnerable to invasion, coups, and foreign interference. The formula is simple. Divide, corrupt, exploit, miseducate, control. Keep them fighting each other. Keep them looking outside for solutions. Keep them poor, dependent, insecure. Make sure every attempt to break free is met with resistance so strong that the next generation thinks twice before trying again. This isn't a theory. It's history. The real question isn't how to stop Africa from becoming a superpower. It's how Africa can break the cycle, despite every effort to keep it down.
Now you can agree with me. Everything you heard in this record right now, you can agree with me. All of them are true, right? Now, these are the ways they keep manipulating we Africans using religion, ethnic, using our leaders, the Western puppets here in Africa, the old cargoes here in Africa, using them. So, do you think that we are being the one electing our leaders, our presidents here in Africa? No. The Western leaders have been the ones selecting them for us. That's why you will see them, all of them, almost 99% of presidents here in Africa, all of them are old. Some of them have ruled for something years. But Western leaders, they're after Ibrahim Traore. They're 37 years old. They have ruled for 3 years, going to 3 years right now. But some of presidents here in Africa have ruled for something years, that something years. They are not talking of democracy on that side. But they keep saying that Ibrahim Traore is a dictator. Asime Greta is a dictator here in Africa because these young leaders are not doing whatever they want them to be doing. They are not after these old cargoes because old cargoes here in Africa are doing their will. But they're after Ibrahim Traore. So for Africa to be free right now, we must unite. You are my brother from Ghana, from Cameroon, from Zimbabwe, from Kenya. You are my brother. I'm your brother. You are my sister. I'm your brother. You have to know this. We are one. We must unite to be free. When we unite, we'll be more powerful. They can't control us, they can't penetrate. But when we are divided, they will easily penetrate us. And these are the tools, weapons they have been using here in Africa and they have been succeeding. So for we to liberate Africa, we must unite. Yes, everything you heard in this record, all of them are pure. Yes. So this is what is happening right now. They're after Ibrahim Traore because he's not doing their wish. But Popia is doing their wish. And Popia have ruled Cameroon for 43 years non-stop. They are not after him, but they're after Ibrahim Traore. So this is what is happening right now. We have to know the tricks, the manipulative ways they have been using. We have to cut it off to be free from them. So what do you think about this? Drop your comments on the comments section.